Hello, and welcome to Dice Friends. This is the ninth and final episode of our playthrough of the Candlekeep Mysteries book. It's a D&D 5th edition game. Today, we're playing Candlekeep Dekonstruction by Amy Vorbal. This scenario is intended for level 9 characters, and I told the players they could either be level 9, or else they could be level 8 and have some sort of boost to make up for being the lower level. And they would just have to tell me what their characters believed to be true about the boost. I'm Dale Friesen. I'll be the Dungeon Master today. And joining me are 4 fabulous performers, and I will let them speak for themselves. Cam, who are you, and who are you playing, and what level are you?
Hi, my name is Cameron, and I am playing Crane, who is a human cleric of Okma, who is the god of bards and knowledge and writing. And Crane is currently level 9, but he has this back tattoo that he can't see that he knows is incredibly powerful and he's terrified of because he doesn't know what it does. I do, though.
Thank you. Kathleen.
Oh, excellent. I'm Kathleen, and I'm going to be playing Mora. I am a level 7 elf. I'm an elf, and I'm a level 7 rogue, and I'm a level 1 Gigglemancer, which is a long story, but it's awesome. I'm just visiting Candlekeep. I'm here because my boss, Mel Shaxa, needed me to pick her up a book. I think it's like one of her like dragon soap things. I don't know. They're copying it. It's going to take like a long time, which is fine because like home is like, it's just the more I can spend away, the better. It's perfect. It's fine.
Thank you. Ian.
Yes, my name is Ian Horner, and I will be reprising the role of Crankor Orvane. Orvane Crankerson. Got to get that name right. And I let that slip simply because I've been too worried about how the voice is going to go because I haven't done it all day yet, so we'll see. But yes, Orvane is a dwarf from the Sword Coast, and it's such a difficult journey to get here, but we are here to find out once again what is happening to our gold.
Well, I hope that works out. Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm playing Terry Fizzlewit, who is a Rock Gnome Wizard, level 9, and a junior adjutant of Candlekeep, adequate standing. Gosh, he went through some things in the last... And in the last session, he's calmed down a little, but has not left completely psychologically unscathed. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Terry, you have a new boss. Her name is Franca, and she has been reviewing things, and she calls you in for a meeting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. Well, Terry has put on his freshest pressed robes and has made himself look very, very sharp and very, very respectable as he goes into her office.
There you are, Junior Adjutant Fizzlewit. Thank you for coming by. I have been reviewing your case. There have been some issues, and I have been reluctant to take up all of the recommendations that your previous boss gave about you, although they were very glowing. I was concerned about what has been called your paranoid incident recently, but I know that there were extraneous circumstances. My larger concern is that you have been placed in charge of devising a new sorting system for the library. Not only is that, frankly, a completely inappropriate assignment for a junior adjutant, you are, frankly, not very good at it. I have reviewed your suggestions, and they are not going to improve the situation here. However, I have spoken with several people including a local sage and some other people who have given glowing levels of recommendation. And I must say, Junior Adjutant Fizzlewit, you have an impressive skill set. You just weren't being used to the fullest advantage. So I have come to a conclusion about how you can be the best possible asset for Candlekeep. And what I'm going to be doing at the end of the week is I'm going to be putting you on a ship to Little Ice Hell. And there you are going to be overseeing the construction and management of a new library. And if that all goes well, then in 5 years' time, we'll send you a replacement and bring you back here for a new assignment. Thank you for coming in. You still have some adjutant responsibilities until I send you to Little Ice Hell. And so please go find people who need your help navigating the library. And I must say, Junior Adjutant Fizzlewit, I think you have a great future ahead of you. I'm confident that we can make the best of your skills. Have a good day. Next.
And Terry sort of stutters and sputters on his way out. He knows when he's been steamrolled, and he leaves. Can I roll an intelligence check on what Ice Hell is on this place?
Sure.
Okay. That is not great on that. I think that's a 9.
Okay. Well, you know which book to look it up in.
Okay.
Little Ice Hell is EISELL.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it very cold?
No, it's equatorial.
Oh, okay.
I hope you're not fair-skinned, because it's just going to be one long sunburn.
Oh dear. Okay.
And she is also Crane's boss. She doesn't have any immediate reassignments. She's aware of Crane's research project, but as long as he's doing everything he needs with the Seekers, she's fine with him doing that on the side. As a refresher, or if you don't know, an adjutant is a type of employee at Candlekeep who helps the people who show up and want research. So since what we have tonight are 2 people who are adjutants and 2 people who have shown up, I'm going to say it's around lunchtime, and Oravane and Mora are in a large reading room and have been brought whatever their heart's desires. And which of you is assigned to Mora and which of you is assigned to Oravane?
Ooh. Good question. Well, I've worked with Orvane before. Maybe I should.
That makes sense. All right.
I guess I'll help Mora then.
Oh, I have so many requests.
Oh no.
All right. First, do you have an erotica section at the library? Because you're supposed to have everything here, right? There's probably some very dank shit in the back of those.
There. Do you have anything more specific? We have an erotica annex. As it turns out, meta-humanity has a very intense interest in being horny and writing it down and then letting other people look at it. So
that makes sense. That's perfectly sensible. Also, I'd like a history of Loudwater, please. So I can, be reading something in public, when I'm at the coffee shop and stuff.
Right. Well, I'll get you one that's larger than most of the erotica books.
Yeah, perfect. Then I can just nest it inside. That's even better. This is why they pay you the big bucks, right?
Mr. Fizzlewit, my old friend, how have you been?
Seeker Crankorson. Gosh, it's been a little while, and things have happened, and more things have happened today.
I'm sure you'll be able to tell me all about it as you lead me through these interminable catacombs of books here.
So,
Well-
just to clarify, Oravane is not actually allowed into the catacombs. He can tell an adjutant what he wants, and the adjutant brings the books. But the Seekers are not allowed into the main library.
Thank you very much, Rule Keeper. It's important to remember that. I just think back to my previous time here at Candlekeep when I was just led through this maze of extra-dimensional construction. You want to tear it down, start anew. You're still an adjutant, yes?
Yes, I got my, and I'm. He points to his name tag. I'm of adequate standing, and yeah,
It's fantastic.
Thank you. Oh, did that book of gold ore deposits and things? Did that work out for you? Did you get the information out of that book that you needed?
Yes, we found where the gold was going. It's in the water, and that's why I've returned. I'm looking to get information that you may have about alchemy. Yes, we've been
Alchemy.
finding things out about water that are. The gold is not there, and we'll deal with it at a further time. But at the moment, alchemy is my area of interest at the moment.
Marvelous. Well, we have whole sections of the library dedicated to alchemy. I'm sure I could find you a comprehensive general history and how-to sort of theories on the subject. Is that more or less what you're looking for?
Mainly looking at what comes out, what goes. Yes, let's start from the base and build up, shall we?
Excellent. I can recommend several tomes for that, certainly.
So, go ahead.
Oh, Mora, all you're going to need is you need your ID.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would really recommend some gloves.
Okay. Mora's going to hand you an ID, and you're going to see that she is, how old is she? Is she 60? So she's
old.
80? Yeah.
For a human.
For a human.
But she's an elf.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally of legal age in human years. And hands him her ID.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Look, I've been here for a while. I've read all of the graphic novels, right? I am just now at this point, what else is in the stacks?
Absolutely. Sure.
It's
No.
just an educational trip.
So it's several hours later. You have the books that you've been wanting. I was going to jump into plot, but if there's anything else anyone wants to say, this is your window of opportunity.
Oh, Terry has one last new idea for organizing books that he is very disappointed that he will be able to implement on at Candlekeep. Gosh. But he has swung the other way on whether characters in books have meaning, and he's determined that in all likelihood all characters in books have meaning, and that books want to be a certain place. That at the end of the last session, that book left the shelf and floated to the divinity section, which tells me that what my opinion to where these books should go is irrelevant. They have their own agency and choice in the matter, and we have to study them to figure out where the books want to go, and then put them there. And that's a big undertaking, but that's the only ethical way to do it. He feels.
I think that Crane might be on somebody's shite list because he got to 9th level, learned how to cast 5th level spells, and incorrectly summoned a Modron to check his work.
Well, there are a bunch of Modrons in Candlekeep, but they're all renegades. They're hiding from the Modron society. So when you summon one in, that's a serious risk to the Modron about.
Right.
Yeah. Whoops. Look, I didn't think. I just thought, it would be really good to have I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know him. I didn't know them at all. Never seen them before.
Well, that's possibly with some interesting repercussions, but we won't explore that right now.
As it turns out, circle against good and evil
Doesn't affect Modrons.
doesn't affect neutral.
Yeah. Yup. So, Oravane, you're looking through your books. You found some interesting stuff with like trace minerals and seawater and electrolysis, and it's sort of tying some stuff together. And then into this reading room, where there are these cubicles, two of which are occupied, and a couple of staff who are hanging out at a table waiting to be asked for more tea with booze in it or whatever more is drinking. A door opens, and a very old dwarf comes in carrying a big black book. And he looks around, sees Oravane, and comes over with this book. Terry, you're supposed to be getting the books for Oravane, but as part of the process this afternoon, you were like, okay, this is what he wants. This is, his area of interest. And you've asked a few people and gotten some recommendations and brought the books. And, I don't know if he feels like you've done a good job or not. It's not for me to make that call. But, you don't know alchemy. You don't know most of the topics in the library. That's why you have experts and people help each other out. So you see this guy coming. I feel like with 300 staff members, you probably all know each other on site, but don't necessarily know everybody's name. So do either Crane or Terry know this random old sickly dwarf who's walking in? Those look like perplexed faces, so I'm guessing you don't. So he comes up to Oravane, he puts this big black book down, and he's just staggering. It's like he's making it to the table on will alone. And he puts it down, and he starts to talk, and he doesn't talk, and then he lies on the floor and smiles. And then there's kind of a rattle and a bad smell.
I run over to him.
Okay. He's lying there, and he's dead.
I do the thing where you clap right in front of their face and then you pinch that nerve.
You do that. I should have waited to tell you he's dead until you told me that you were confirming.
Yeah. He evacuated his what? What do I?
Terry rushes over. Crane, what's the matter? What's the matter?
He's dead.
Oh,
he just.
Oh no,
he just died.
Oh gosh. This is very common. Oh, I wish.
It certainly matches with my own experiences here in this Candlekeep, yes.
Are we all doing the Death of Stalin thing where everyone is stepping around the pool of urine on the floor?
Right. I guess so. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, shoot. What do we do again? We got to contact the morgue. What do we do? I can't.
Wait, what's the book he brought over? I have a billion questions. Who is this man? What did he die of?
So you definitely recognize him as one of the Avowed. There are several hundred of you, but like I say, you'd recognize each other on site.
Right.
So
right.
He's staff. The book is square and black. I mean, it's a big book. I've made a small square, but it's called Kandlekeep Dekonstruction. It's by an author who doesn't use the letter C. So all of the C's have been replaced by K's. And there is a red symbol on the spine that Mora and Oravane have never seen before, and Crane and Terry recognize as meaning restricted volume, never ever show to a seeker.
Oh. Oh, this is all sorts of bad, Crane.
Yeah, what, but okay. Uh, 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 help, 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 help,
Oh,
help,
I'm here to
help,
help.
help.
I'm very helpful. I'm very helpful. This looks really exciting, and I'm bored. I'm Mora. All right, so this guy just died. I've got a lot of experience with people who have died. My stepdad is, you know what? I'm not going to get into it right now. So, like, if you get a necromancer in here, though, you could get him back up if you wanted to.
Oh,
Like, I.
yeah. Look, I just like take the book and then I slide it in a broad circular pattern around the body.
So he gave the book to Oravane.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Yes.
That was
that's
that was the
Very
last thing he
interesting
did
so
before he
far.
died.
uh, excuse me, sir. Could I see that text you have, please?
Please, there's some very interesting things in here that I do not
No,
fully
oh,
understand.
no. Uh-oh. Okay. Um. Uh. Uh. Uh.
So you need to
Oh,
take the book. So you need to take the book away from that guy, and I will just take the book.
Take the
So,
book.
and it says, and all right.
Oh.
So interesting things. I know a lot of things. Can I try to read the book?
Who are you
Please?
asking? I mean,
I
you
guess
don't
you,
have to
Dale.
ask Dale if you can read a book. You need to
Oh.
ask the two adjutants if you can read the book.
I'm just, yeah. You took the book away from this guy. I've taken it away from him. I've solved a problem for you.
How?
I'm
I-
gonna like casually just like flip through it a little bit.
I'm like just like trying to cast cure wounds on him.
All right. Well, he is not a valid target.
Okay. What if I try it again? Okay, that still didn't work.
Well, I feel like you cast it and it's on your hand until you touch someone, and you can't cast another spell. Like, you can tell that it's there, right? Like, you have this cure spell on your hand.
Right. And I just like keep trying to push it into him,
Right.
and it like is. I wonder if it's just like a magnet where it like, boop, like just flips onto the other side. Like push hard. Get it in there. Get it in there. Dunk. Oh,
More,
and then
this
it's
is
touching
a
a
book.
corpse.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go
Oh
ahead, Cam.
no, it's all good. And then I've just like palm slapped a corpse as hard as I possibly can because like I was pushing really hard.
Any harder, you might cook it.
Okay.
well, look, it's not like people haven't died here before, and there are two big problems. There's someone handling this book, which is like the equivalent of juggling dynamite. Just someone over there, and there's also this corpse thing. And Terry says it's people have died here before, and it doesn't look like this was our fault.
No,
So that's we can probably pass this off on somebody.
no one can blame us for this.
It's been my plan the entire time.
I didn't check the book out. He did.
That's right. That's right.
I examined him for signs of death. Like, what? Do I know what killed him?
You do, once you examine him, he's been attacked by something. You don't like, it's not something super obvious. Like, I feel like anybody at all would recognize if there were like a big claw that had gone across his chest. This is more like he's been jabbed by something or possibly bitten, but there shouldn't be anything that could make these kind of marks in Candlekeep, and they are regular in size and shape enough that it might be a weapon, but you're not, unless you make a dice roll, you're not getting firm information.
Could I?
Okay, well,
Could I roll medicine?
Sure.
23, please.
Wow, that's really good. So you are confident that this isn't anything obvious. This isn't a knife fighter. This isn't someone with a sword or an axe. This isn't. Yeah. So 23 is like, oh, I know what all of the common causes of death are, and this ain't them.
Okay, cool. Were they recent wounds?
Yes.
That's alarming.
It looks like he did some sort of magic to stop the bleeding, but he should have just sat down and relaxed, and he didn't. He instead forced himself here for some reason. Hey, Mora, about that reason.
Oh yeah.
This is a book about a tower in the innermost section of Candlekeep called the Barn Door. And you're just like flipping. You're like just skipping huge numbers of pages and going in. There's something about giant explosions. There is something about engines. There is something about breathing properly. There's a bunch of stuff about protection and monitoring. Blah blah blah. Um, and
Very confused about this term heliocentrism that I've read here.
So I think probably procedure when there's been a death in one of these reading rooms is you get everyone out of the room. So
Yeah.
the reading areas are right by sort of the big open courtyard where all of the stuff where the seekers are allowed are. The hearth is there, and that's where you get into like the firefly cellar, and the book bindery is there, and there's a big green door that lets you into the stacks if you're allowed in, but you're not. Well, that's where Crane and Terry would go in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, we should find someone who can totally do that. We should find somebody who has the... Right. No, wait, do we have the authority to evacuate this?
Yes. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I mean, there are 4 people in this room, 2 of whom are staff.
Okay.
There's also a corpse. You're like, hey, let's just leave the room that has a dead guy in it.
Yeah, no,
If you're following procedure. I'm sorry, that sounded like I was playing your characters. That was not my intent.
No, that's...
That yeah. Terry's gonna reach into his cloak and pull out the corpse tape, which is just like police tape, except it just says corpse on it. And he goes to all the other entrances and just tears that off and puts that over there just so people know what's in here. All right, okay, so we get out of here, right? We gotta.
Yeah. No, that's right. Okay, everyone, shoot. Your attention, everyone. We are evacuating the reading area. Due to corpse. So, if you could proceed calmly and orderly to the nearest exit, that would be good.
You got it, friend.
I'm only here
Mora's going to take this restricted book with her, obviously, but she's going to stop and grab, I'm going to say one of the juicier erotica books as well, and just stick that as onto her arm as well. It's about figure skaters, and then she's going to go out the door.
Crane, she's got the book. She's got the book.
What? No, but you have to stay here.
You told me to leave.
But you can't.
I'm sorry. No, I'll stay. Here, let me help you with the corpse then. And so she's gonna come back over. What do you need me to do? I'm so sorry.
See if you can find out his name. I want to know if he's a distant relative.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
She's going to start patting. She's going to put the books down beside the corpse, and then she's going to start patting his body for like a name tag. Does he have a name tag?
He does not have a name tag.
You know what? I'm just
what kind of necromantic magic do you have, Mora? Can you talk to this guy?
I don't. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Well, I feel like I might have learned something from my stepdad. I don't know if I would know speak with dead though.
I
That's
do.
Pretty. Oh.
Yeah. So like I'll just be like, when Orvain says, maybe we should just find out what his name is. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. What's your name? And cast speak with dead on him.
All right.
And
now,
it's supposed to use incense according to this, and all I have is the stuff that I picked up last time I was in Baldur's Gate, which smells like cinnamon buns.
Okay.
There's also a stale smell that is rising up in the air, so this incense is quite pleasing.
Yeah.
So, how much do you get to talk to this guy at your level?
10 minutes.
Okay, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi. I'm sorry. I don't. What do I tell people at cons? Hi, it's nice to meet you. I don't think we've ever met before. What was your name? I'm Crane. Hi.
My birth name is Buron Sternmetal. My cult name is Rooster Muffin.
Okay, follow-up questions. Which cult are you a member of?
Stonky's livestock. Now, Terry,
Yes.
there is one of the other gnomes in Candlekeep who is just completely insane, and his name is Stonky J. Knoptopper. So, sometimes the gnomes like to get together for cookouts, but like there's Bath Boltlock who's just super grumpy and you avoid him. But Stonky is just like, oh, if he's going to be there, I gotta go do a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well then, Terry hears that, goes, "Oh boy, this is God. This keeps getting worse and worse. It's Crane. It's Stonky.
Oh, I don't like that guy. He's weird.
He is. This is bad. I knew he was up to something like this. I wouldn't put it past him to be having some sort of weird brainwashing.
Okay, yeah. What? Why did you give that book to us?
I meant it for Oravane, because I heard he wanted alchemy and I thought he could help.
Help? How?
Yes, this does not sound like something I would do.
Help prevent Stonky from blowing up Candlekeep when he leaves the planet.
Okay.
How would alchemy stop Stonky from blowing up Candlekeep?
I don't know how to stop him. He's using alchemy. I don't know alchemy. Oravane knows alchemy. I feel like maybe I'm being too helpful for Speak with Dead. I don't know.
No, this is great.
Wait, can Mora chime in?
I think you can talk to Crane, but you won't get a response.
All right. Ask him why Stonky wants to blow up Candlekeep.
Why does Stonky want to blow up Candlekeep?
I don't know if he does. I think it's collateral damage.
How will Stonky leaving the planet blow up Candlekeep?
There's a thing called a rocket.
What?
And he's going to launch it into space from the middle of the library. Not like fireworks, a different size of rocket.
This sounds
incredible.
Ask him when it's happening. So we can see.
When is Stonky planning to leave the planet?
In a few days, but I stole his book telling him how, so maybe it won't happen now.
Where did you put the book that Stonky needs?
I gave it to Oravane.
Oh, dinger. Who killed you?
Some constructs.
Is it what is the where's the Terminator?
I don't understand your question.
It sounds like you're trying to interrogate a corpse.
Oh, there's a Terminator wandering around.
Oh. I hope this isn't related to your Modron, Crane.
Look, I said I'm sorry. I'm sorry several times.
Oh.
So, Then there's a massive earthquake.
Okay.
That's kind of weird because you're not on a fault line and you've never heard of there being an earthquake in Candlekeep.
Oh, what's this feel like? Is this a little rattle, or is this a Star Trek episode on the bridge? Everyone's going.
I think this initial one is more of the small rattle than the Enterprise.
Okay.
The word initial is
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Oh, was I inadvertently helpful?
So
okay.
Mora's just going to think out loud here, and she's going to say, all right, if I'm picking up what's going down, I've never met any of you before, but there's a guy named Stonky who's going to try to launch a rocket into space from the middle of Candlekeep, which sounds awesome, and I want to see that, but also it'll probably blow up Candlekeep. So this guy took the book that he needs out of the stacks, and now it needs to disappear so you can stop this guy. And you don't like him for some reason, so, like... That sounds like fun. I volunteer to help you hold the book.
Stonky,
I'll just put it in my bag.
Stonky believes he's
that's
partying hard.
Not going to be okay.
So you're still in the corpse room, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we totally are. We're very much in the room with a corpse.
So you hear some people who are startled by the earthquake in like nearby reading rooms, because this there are a lot of these, and there is a horn call from the central court, which is kind of a hey, gather here. It's sometimes used if there's a fire or I'll just tell you it's because people are concerned there's an earthquake and they hope that nothing happens badly to structures, but they're going to do some divinations before they let people hang out in towers after an earthquake.
That's reasonable.
This is extremely concerning to me at the moment. This is very similar to something we've run into on our own up in the mountains. We were mining a little deep and we discovered that a certain cave, when it flooded, the two tunnels leading into it would fill with air. One of the tunnels made you feel as if you were more alive than you have ever been. The other, if you entered, certain death. But when you put torch to it, it would turn even the sturdiest cave wall into pebbles. And now it is an essential part of our mining infrastructure, even though we do not know how to use this new source. I have a bit of a simple brother. He's called it a rocket fuel, because it turns any wall into rocks. I worry that this may be of use here. I've felt these tremors before, in places where there are no fault lines.
It's true, and as you say that, a shaggy dog runs by. Well, oh, look at that dog! Must be frightened by the by the tremors. Oh gosh! Well, shall we leave the corpse here? And Mora's got the book. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad Mora's got, and that's out of sight.
Yeah.
Mora, are you right
Yeah.
with keeping that out of sight?
I brought this big bag because I was planning on taking home smut. I'm still taking home some of the smut though, and she's gonna grab that other book and she's gonna put it back in her bag on top and close it and pat it and be like, "There you go. See, no problem." And I have a very innocent, trusting face, so nobody will suspect that I have a dirty book. And then underneath it, a forbidden one.
Right. Yeah. The old the double blind.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I don't have like my armor and weapons, but we should let's. I should probably get those.
So you're still standing in the corpse room.
Yeah. We should leave. We should get out of
We
here.
should leave. Shall we go to the central courtyard to the gathering, or should we avoid that? Would it be best to avoid that or to run towards it?
Well, that's the room you're in has like it exits into the courtyard. Like this part of Candlekeep where the Seekers are allowed, there's a courtyard, and then there are all these little buildings around the courtyard. They don't typically connect.
He said there was a cult. There was a cult, and I don't know who's in it. We don't know who's in the cult. Who hangs out with Stonky? And would the other cultists be involved in this? Would they be looking for who this is?
So the answer to,
Right.
I think, the second of your three questions is that the people who hang out with Stonky tend to be the folks that are called the custodial engineers. Now, Crane and Terry, when you were joining the staff of the Avowed, you were tested. And even the lowliest, most junior adjutant is still someone who passed those tests. You have to have a certain level of competence to begin the climb. If you are deemed hopeless, they won't send you home. I mean, they need people to muck out the stables and clean the outhouses and whatnot. And then you'll get a fancy title like custodial engineer and basically have no hope for advancement. And Stonky hung out with those people.
Ah,
Even though he was an adjutant, though?
He was not pleasant.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
What we call being a big dwarf in a small cave.
I definitely went to high school with people like that. Waste. Oh, God. Ugh. Nettleton, she mutters under her breath.
So you're still in the corpse room, right?
I guess so. I guess we should not be in the corpse
we should
room.
probably avoid
All
the.
right, let's go.
I move that we change the name to Abattoir. Makes it classier that way.
So you
Yeah,
make it out
okay.
to the courtyard?
Yes. We
Okay.
leave the corpse room, go out to the courtyard, and let's see. Mora's got the book, and we need some place where Oravane can read the book and figure out what he wanted us to know. That where people who know what the book is and recognize that we shouldn't have it, and are also not involved in the cult, even if like it's mainly custodial engineers, won't see us.
I may not be an expert at these books, but I do believe that they are possible to read in perhaps any room, not just these rooms that are labeled with reading.
You're right. We should retreat to our room down
In the
beneath-
cellar.
Yeah, in the cellar.
Okay, so you're going to have to pass through the courtyard to get there because
Yep.
it's underneath the House of Rest.
Yes.
All right. Kathleen, you're kind of zoomed in, but it looked like you might have had your hand up. Is that correct?
I did, but
Okay.
I think we've moved past. But I am going to say, as we're hurrying away, it's like, aren't you going to tell somebody that your friend died though? Like somebody should know,
Well, we put
because
the
otherwise
tape up.
that he's just going to be there when we get back.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's a waste of a good corpse. That's what my stepdad would say. So either use it or lose it, I think.
Why don't we? Okay, I will go out to the courtyard where we will find authority figures.
Yes. In fact, you get out there and you see the most authority of the authority figures. Bookworm is calling all staff to her. She's saying, "All Avowed over here. We've got some procedures. We need." And she's talking and she's calling and she's, staff are being paged over to her.
Hmm.
Can I stealth check to just sort of blend in with them and go see what's happening?
Sure. Can you give me at least a 5?
Yes.
Yes.
I can give you a 19.
Sure, because they're not all in uniform, and there are hundreds of them.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if Bookworm is calling, then yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I think Mora and Oravane don't know who this Green Dragonborn is.
Oh, absolutely not.
Ah,
I'm just going to follow my assigned adjutant.
you see, Bookworm is in charge of this department called Candlekeep.
Yes, good.
All right.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't just tell her directly. She might have some people that prefer to deal with
she's
that
kind
for
of like,
her.
yeah, she doesn't have to deal with corpses anymore. She deals with, largely signing payroll, from what I
I
understand.
know a green dragon like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, you get over there. She is assigning people to do divinations to make sure things are safe. She's, doing some people to help with guests, keep everybody calm. She's got people looking after books, and every once in a while, she's like, "And does anybody have any information at all about something that might have caused an earthquake in what should be a completely earthquake-proof area?"
Oh God.
Oh, I have a suggestion. Should
Yes.
I put my hand up? Should I put my hand up?
Oh, I, to your surprise, she heard you. Yes, I don't believe I know you.
I just started here.
Ah,
So, I heard that some guy named, was it Stonky?
Yes,
Stonky. I heard that some guy named Stonky is up to something.
I see. Do you have any details? I don't know if you remember, but the book is about a tower called the Barn Door.
I just heard something that he'd left a barn door open. Like I said, I literally just started here, brand new, first day.
Okay.
I
Are you an adjutant?
No, I'm here on a class assignment for Mrs. Giltleaf Thurplestein. I've been seconded here to do a senior research thesis on
Oh,
library management.
you're probably classified as an intern then.
Oh.
Is that why you're assigned to? And she points at Crane.
Yes.
Great. Crane, take Mora and a couple more people and find out if there's anything to what she's doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. You, Terry, and
Yes.
you also, Orvane. Why don't you come with me and we'll investigate this?
Yes, sir.
And so Bookworm has moved on to something like more assignments.
Mm-hmm.
She's just trying to take care of all this, and then she's going to go off and do some high-powered magic to try to figure out what's going on.
I just like Crane slides out of frame without moving. Right? Like he's just like completely terrified of hopefully Bookworm never remembers meeting him.
Okay. Now, you were talking about going down to the cellar and getting your armor, is that right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the kind of thing he would wear around all the time, although that's like always this open question in D&D, right? But, we're in a reading room and it's scale, so probably not.
Right. So, why don't we say it's 15 or 20 minutes later and all of you have all of your stuff from your rooms that you want to have?
That sounds great.
Cool.
Oh, man.
Excellent.
Orvane, why don't you have a look through the book and then see if there's anything in it that would specifically like mentions a rocket and alchemy and that kind of thing, and then maybe we can pull up some plans of what the barn door is and see if there's any kind of like blueprints or architectural plans or an engineering report.
I'll scan for what I can.
So, the stuff I'm giving you without any dice rolling are that you definitely can find some maps.
Okay.
And you can see that in the appendix, it describes how the barn door has been condemned. And you see that this was decades ago, and it is arcane locked. And that any of the administration would have the password for the arcane lock.
Oh.
So you may have to send Crane to go talk to Bookworm again.
So there's a creepy abandoned wing of the library? That's so cool.
It's a tower. It's not even a wing. It is
An entire
unconnected.
tower.
Do I find anything in this book about mining apparatus?
You find that there is some sort of underground section The word spillway is used. You're not sure what that's for. You do see there's a forge down there beneath the tower, and an acid pit. There's also something called a control room, but that doesn't seem to be anything about a mining apparatus.
No, this whole thing seems rather backwards for mining, it seems.
Can
I
we
know
roll to look at it?
Pardon me?
Can we roll to look at it as well?
Sure.
Yeah. What should I roll? Like
Some sort of understanding ancient plans of weird alchemical tech roll. I don't know what you got. Something intelligence based, I'd guess.
How about investigation?
Sure.
All right. Well, I got a 14.
Okay. So, putting it together, you can see that some of these maps are of the same thing repeated. This is a 3-story tower with a 1-story basement. And the basement does not connect to anywhere else, which is a little unusual, but not unheard of. There are a lot of tunnels in Candlekeep. There was a connection at one time, but it has been closed off.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Could I roll Arcane?
Sure.
I've got a roll on the back burner here as well under investigation, should it not be enough.
23.
Oh.
Well, there are magical controls in the top of the tower for steering the tower when it launches into space. What did you have, Orvain?
24 on investigation.
All right. You can see that beneath ground level, there are engines, and they are going to spit out a whole lot of fire. And that's going to be where the explosions happen and what is going to wreck Candlekeep and is going to be their propulsion.
I see what is happening here. They've made a critical mistake in their design of this mining equipment. They've shaped the engines in such a way that they produce a large amount of force in a single direction over a period of time, which is completely the opposite of what you want if you want to blow these rocks to pieces. They're going to need to completely rethink their strategy here. If they use this as it stands, they're going to end up in the air. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, they should have turned it around so it faced down.
Yes, go under the ground. That is where all the good things are. Surface dwellers.
I'm just looking at like my results from this and being like, oh, no, I can't have been reading that, right? That makes no sense.
Is there like a drawing of like the moon doing like a come hither kind of thing, like as the rocket is shooting towards the sky? Like, is there? This sounds like madness.
It's more like the author was flipping the bird at the planet while leaving. I do have one other helpful thing, though. It's a break. And welcome back. What's everybody doing?
I think I'm going to ask Franca, who is my boss, to ask Bookworm for the password to the thing that she assigned me, because I am terrified of speaking directly to her.
So Franca heard you get the assignment, and she sort of doesn't say anything for like 10 or 15 seconds. She's like, yes, that is the correct use of the chain of command. I will get you that word. And then you go off and put your armor on. And Franca sort of gulps and heads toward Bookworm. I feel like we're at about half an hour after the earthquake when the four of you walk through the green door into the library proper. Crane, Franca tells you that the password is Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Okay.
So would this be an exciting thing for Mora because she's not previously been allowed in the library proper?
She definitely has never been allowed in the library proper,
Yes.
and you're heading toward the intersection. So you're definitely. I think
This is
that even
sick.
if she wouldn't, like, if this were a field trip, she'd be bored. But this is not a field trip. This is her getting special privileges, and
The old guilt leaf Thurplestein trick gets them every time. Excellent. So Mora's chuffed. Could Mora quietly slip away to like leave like a little Mora was here somewhere unseen while we're walking through? Just a tiny, just like not like bad vandalism, like in pencil maybe, but a little bit of vandalism. Just
I think that's more of a question for Cam and Andy than it is for Dale.
Well, Terry himself is incredibly distraught because he's walking into the stacks. He realizes this may be the last time he walks into the stacks for 5 or more years, and he's having this sort of like going through the neighborhood you grew up in, just going like so many memories. Each shelf has, that's the time Candlekeep hit me so hard I threw up, and that's the time I spilled my lunch all over this encyclopedia and was able to quickly magic it off of it and hope no one saw me. But I was just terrified for a whole week that somebody saw it. And just like that, he's going through he's walking through emotions, walking through these halls, and he's going and wouldn't notice if Mora ran off to do some vandalism.
is there a bathroom in these stacks? Presumably there is for employees.
There must be, yes.
All right, I'm definitely okay. I'm gonna go into the
Dozens.
bathroom stall and I'm gonna do a big Mora was here because it's the bathroom stall. I'm not ruining the. It's like they could paint that if they wanted to.
This is what custodial engineers have to clean out.
Yes, maybe there's other initials in here already. Is there gossip?
Yes. Who wants inspiration? What's the gossip?
Something about Monoxa, surely. Something.
Oh yes, Monoxa. Oh, what's Monoxa's last name? Monoxa.
I don't have a last name for her in the notes.
No, I didn't. I don't think she ever got one. Monoxa Snogglestein has a crush on Terry Fizzlewit, is what Mora reads.
Wow, that's mean. I mean,
And then
Fair.
Mora was here.
Terry, you're a real ladies' man.
Yeah.
So Terry is sort of dejectedly and distractedly walking, and Mora goes off to
Yeah.
use the loo, and I guess Crane is left alone with Oravane.
so what's underground like?
It's very cold until
Really?
it becomes
That's
very
surprising.
hot.
Oh, like there's a temperature gradient.
Yes, it's we've been mapping it out over the past few years. It's the more we find out about the underground, the more fascinating it gets. Yes.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's very interesting.
Early on, we found out that there was much gold that we were losing from the mountain coming down through the waters, and people panning it out and mining it from the water. We were looking to find a way to bring it back. Yes, so we tried to split the water open and get us inside, and there's nothing there except for these death gases.
Oh, that's fascinating. Huh.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, no, I did not know that about being underground. Death gases.
Oh, so many death gases.
Huh.
Not just the new ones. No.
Oh, old ones.
Oh, very old. I mean, one presumes that because they have been sealed there for God knows eons before the dragons, perhaps.
Terry puts a hand on Crane's shoulder. And he says, Crane, do you remember when Sasha Delrune was drunk at work again? And he put all his books to the fire and I had to save the books. And I reordered them because he reordered them wrong. You were there, right? You remember that?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
I
before
remember
even that.
I remember it. And I
Yeah.
hug Terry. It's like,
No.
get it all out, buddy. Get it all out.
He's trying to reach your shoulder.
I kneel
Yeah,
down.
he's gets to his lower back. It's like, oh shit, man, I'm so, or
no,
whatever.
No, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Get it all out. Get it all out.
I know you. Yeah, thanks. I didn't mean to put like a hand on your back there. I know you're sensitive there for.
You know what? We're all emotional right now. Everyone's feeling a little fragile right now, and we're all going to get out of this just fine.
Yeah,
Or
why
we'll go
wouldn't
to
we?
the
Come
moon.
on.
I've never been.
We get to see something cool, and we get to stop a jerk. Let's go.
Oh,
So Mora's back with the group.
Yeah, she doesn't feel nearly so bad after seeing all the other vandalism. She was like a
Okay.
little bit guilty about it, but now she's like, "Pfft."
I shouldn't be talking out of school, but it is perfectly safe, you all. If their method of gas collection is the same as ours, we should have 2 to 3 weeks before any further explosions occur.
Oh, well, that's good. Oh,
Yes.
that's very comforting.
Plenty of time.
So there's no urgency, and you have a little bit of a tour. I'm going to say it's about 45 minutes after the earthquake when you finally get to the barn door tower.
Okay. Yeah. So let's find the door and the ward, and then I'll just say Jeopardy at it. Then I assume it will open.
All right, so you find the tower. It has been condemned. There's a sign outside saying you're not allowed in. Looking up, it's a 3-story tower. You can see that on the top story there is a round roof with some sliding panels. Crane and Terry, you've seen this on other towers around Candlekeep. You know that means there's an observatory in there. The 3-story tower doesn't have any balconies, but there is a round room kind of sticking out the side of the 2nd story with some supports underneath it. The 1st story and the 3rd story are the same. There's a door. It's got the sign saying "Don't come in." Crane, that's the place where you walk up to. Is that what you said?
I'll examine the sign, throw it over my shoulder, and say
yeah.
Jeopardy.
All right. There's a click, and the door is unlocked.
Cool.
Okay. I
I
Get
need
out.
your passive perceptions. I should have asked for this ahead of time.
15.
All right. Crane is 15. Mora,
12.
12. Oravane,
7.
and Terry.
I forget how to calculate that. How do you?
What's your perception modifier? Do you have that?
I do. That's +2.
Okay, so your passive perception is 12.
Oh, okay.
So that means that
17.
17. Well, that means that Oravane also hears what Crane hears from inside. Wait, did you hear that? Did the door just unlock?
Bring up my shield and my mace. And
After a minute or so, the door will lock again.
we
Like
should
you
move
you
through.
know that without having to roll.
Okay, yeah, let's very quietly move through it.
So you're opening the door? Is that? I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understood what you're doing.
Sorry, I thought the door had opened.
The door unlocked.
Okay, and then we heard somebody say, "Did you hear the door unlock?"
Right.
Okay.
Someone on the other side of the door.
Oh, well, in that case, do I have anything that would help me here? Ba, 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 ba.
Well-
I absolutely do not.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, I'll help you out. Someone opens the door and sticks his head out. Hey, Terry, remember I told you about Bath Boltlock, the super cranky gnome that you kind of avoided? He's a custodial engineer, and he's really bitter about not passing his exams.
Oh, yeah.
It's him.
No kidding. Terry says, "Oh, hi, Beth. How's it going?"
Oh, good. We're super busy here.
Yeah.
But I can buy you a drink tomorrow.
That's nice. I'd rather you let us inside this tower today. You see, we're on official business from Bookworm herself, and we really need to investigate this tower. There was an earthquake a little while ago. Did you feel that?
Wait, there was an earthquake?
Oh yeah, the whole Candlekeep shook a bit.
You felt that?
Oh yes, very palpable.
Oh, just a sec. He closes the door and he's like, how do I reset the lock?
Like he stuck his head out, right?
Yeah.
I grab him.
Okay.
Like you said he's a gnome?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just grab him by like the front of his coverall, I'm assuming.
Sure. He didn't even realize you were there. He was, looking at Terry. I'm not going to make you roll for this. A guy, a gnome who doesn't know you're there. Yeah, you grab him.
Yeah.
And you hear a voice from inside. It's like, who are you talking to? Are you going to do anything, or is he going to answer?
Say no one. And then I turn him around and hold him up. Like, have him peek around the corner of the door.
So his head is at human head level, horizontal.
Yeah, give him a little shake if he's reluctant.
Yes, okay, I'm doing it. No one. There's, no one. No one. Help! No one.
While this is going on,
yes.
Can Mora try to do a little sneak because now the door is a little bit more open and try to slide inside and see what's happening in there? At least, not fully inside, but just have a peek in and see what's going on.
So you're going to have to open it more. I mean, a gnome head stuck itself out. But
that's fine.
Sure.
It's gonna it's distracting.
Yeah, I don't think you have to roll to open the door more and look inside.
All right, I'm doing that. I'm gonna see what is going on.
All right. So this is a library-ish room. There's a curved staircase going up against one wall. Also, from looking through the book, there's a hidden staircase in this room going down. You see where you think it might be. There are a couple of people in this room who are talking to Bath. There's a half-elf and a human. And they're drawing their weapons and getting ready to protect their possible buddy.
Oh.
They have
exciting.
Scimitars, but they haven't done anything yet. We're not rolling initiative yet because I'm honestly not sure what's going on. So you've stuck your head in. He had his head at 5 feet up horizontally. And they're like, what? Why did you open the door? Are we rolling initiative? What's the plan here?
Can I try to do something to distract them so we can get the jump on them?
I need more information than that, Catherine.
Oh yeah, I would like to use thaumaturgy. I'm going to make my voice super loud. I'm going to make the lights super bright and flash, and I'm going to create harmless tremors, unlike the harmful ones they made earlier. And I can make doors open and close and shut and stuff like that. And I'm going to make things bang around, and I'm going to say in a big voice, "All right, bad boys, quit it. We know you're up to something. This is the Candlekeep Fuzz." And I'm going to try to dazzle and startle them.
All
I'm
right.
helping, I say in a really loud voice.
So, I'd like you to make some sort of force the criminals to surrender to the fuzz roll, please.
Can I use my persuasion, my charisma check?
I think this sounds more intimidating than persuasion.
All right. What do I have on intimidation?
It's
Well,
also a charisma check. I'm just
yeah, but I'm more persuasive than I am intimidating because I'm a small teenaged elf.
well. In that case, I think you should have said something different. Like,
Well,
this is the fuzz. In a huge like.
all right. Well, I rolled a 7 on my intimidate check, so I don't think that they're going to surrender.
But I did give you inspiration for coming up with gossip.
All right, so that means that
If you want to, you can re-roll.
I'm going to re-roll
As you
and see
wish.
if I can get something better. Well, that's worse. I rolled a 5 now. I rolled a 5 initially and then a 3, so I think I'm going to keep that 7.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
going to get
then I think they're going to say, hey, we're so close. We can't go to jail now. Come back in half an hour. And there are some voices from upstairs that are like, what's going on down there?
Oh gosh.
All right. Mora is going to be like, "Damn it didn't work. All right, go Steve." And she's going to throw a charge out of her Steve bag.
Okay, so that's definitely going to put us in initiative.
They have scimitars. They're bad guys.
All right.
So, if you guys haven't seen the Steve bag, it's small and it's black and it's fuzzy and it's got a very friendly spider on the side of it.
I thought it was green.
Oh, it's green. Sorry, it's green and fuzzy, and it's got a spider on it. And it's just like a small, flat-looking bag. But I'm gonna reach my hand in, pull something out, throw us like it looks like a black puffball, and I'm gonna say, "Go, Steve!"
All right, so I'm going to resolve Steve, and then we're going to roll initiative. So, Kathleen, I need you to roll a d8 and a percentile, please.
Okay, right. Here's the D8. 2, and on my percentile, 28.
Okay, thank you. And now let's all, so I'll tell you that a Tsimtsi flying demon comes rushing out, and you've seen these before. They are royalty, according to them. So let's roll that initiative. Hey, Terry, what you got?
10.
Thank you. Oravane?
Ooh, 22.
22. Mora?
21.
21. Crane?
5.
5. Okay. There we go. And I'm just going to have the Tsimtsi demon going at the beginning of Mora's turn. So it has shown up and flown into the room and, I guess, shouted, I am the king of the jungle!
Go get him, King!
Oravane, what you doing?
Ooh, I mean, is talking still a free action?
Sure.
Finally some people of import. Yes, we are here to help this situation and keep this place from exploding. Are you able to speak for your underlings?
So
Are you talking to the Simsy demon?
Yes.
So the Tsimtsi demon is like, I will speak and all will obey. And there is some disagreement from Bath and his buddies. I don't know where you're going with this, but I want to help it work.
I just would prefer to parlay rather than shoot you directly between the eyes.
Okay, well, we'll just stab you, then you don't have to shoot us. And then voice from upstairs, hey, come untie us if there's going to be a fight.
Hello?
Hello? Wait till we get down there and then we'll fight.
No, we'll come to you, Mora yells.
So
All right.
Orvane, what are you doing?
Basically, we'll knock that bow.
Okay, so there are 3 cultists, one of whom is being held, I'm going to say is grappled. Are you shooting at the elf, the half-elf, or the human?
Oh, I was gonna shoot at the demon, to be honest, but
No, the demon's a friend of mine.
Oh,
It's fine. Don't shoot at
okay.
that one. It's here to cause chaos.
then let's go with the half elf. I
Sure.
guess. Yes. That's a 25 on the die.
That will absolutely hit.
All right. 7 damage. Oh, sorry, 10 damage.
10 damage.
Yes.
Okay, well, you just knocked down the half-elf. Just flat.
Is the other one within 5 feet of him?
I don't know. Is it?
Then I would say yes, because at
Okay.
that point I get a bonus attack,
Okay.
which will then be 26 on the attack,
Right?
and damage of 9.
I have 9 hit points. So,
Our coworkers are gonna die, Crane.
I think they may have resigned.
Bath is like, I'd just like to remind you that I'm cooperating and doing what you
Yes.
say.
And we will take that into account. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. You may remove the initiative tracker.
Rangers are lit.
Yeah.
That's right. We're the fuzz, Mora says, but without the booming voice anymore. Or does it still happen? Because it goes for a minute, and that did not take very long.
It really didn't.
All right.
You can dismiss it, but it's going on.
Oh, I'm going to keep it then.
Okay.
All right, you heard it. We're the fuzz. We're here on Book Breath's orders. What's her name? Bookworm? Yeah, that's
Bookworm.
her. Yeah. Oh, Morris might get it wrong on purpose. So we're going up, and we're coming up here. Now you leave yourselves tied up so we can leave you tied up as well. And
Is Crane still holding Bath?
Yeah, he hasn't really known. He doesn't know what he's going to do with this guy.
Try and put him into your quiver.
How many of you are there?
Fewer than there used to be. Okay. Well, there's the boss, and there's Donkey Biscuit, and Duck Bean, and Goat Beet, and Horse Egg, and Pig Wheat, and Ram Sugar, and Sheep Sweet Corn.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Rooster Muffin. He might be coming back or not.
no, hey, what did you guys do to Rooster Muffin?
Unlikely.
I don't know. I was put here to guard after he had some sort of encounter downstairs. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to talk about downstairs. I mean,
What's downstairs?
upstairs. Upstairs. See those stairs over there?
No.
Went to the stairs going up. This is the guy who failed a basic exam to be allowed to do clerical work, so he's just not very bright.
Fair.
If you don't want to fail a life check, you may want to answer our questions.
That's just mean. You're talking about, like, making jokes about a source of great tragedy for me. But
Yes. We all know we seldom get the things that we want. But I presume you want to live, yeah?
yeah,
Okay. So
I
what
just
I'm gonna
told
do,
you answered your question.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're going to do is I'm going to put you down, and you are going to surrender yourself to
Me, Mora. I'm scary. Flap, flap, lights, flashing sounds.
Yes, she's the scary one.
That's right. And I have thieves' tools, so I should have some rope in my bag.
Okay,
I'm gonna tie him up. I'm gonna tie him up with a big bow.
tie me up to a chair. There's a chair in the corner.
No.
Please?
But
I'm
Nope.
being so cooperative. Here, I'll go sit in it, and you can just tie me to the chair.
no,
Step on him a
absolutely
little.
not. You're coming with us.
Oh,
Here, Crane, could you? And she's like, Mora's probably not actually strong enough to lift him up, even though he's only a gnome. So she's gonna tie him up, and she's gonna be like, And to do the thing where you try to carry something, but you like gotta sort of like hold your whole body and like use your legs to help lift it, and then you're like, you're coming with us. Actually, wait, Crane, here, you take
I
it.
guess I just football carry him.
Okay. It's like, okay, there are more stairs or chairs upstairs. Can you tie me to one of those?
Fine.
Thank you.
God, some people are so picky. Okay.
See, he wants to be tied to a chair though, so we shouldn't do it because he's clearly up to no good.
His little legs won't even reach the ground.
Yeah, they said that their friends upstairs were tied up and that they were wanting to have a fight, so they wanted to get untied so they come down and fight us. So I think he thinks that he's unsafe unless he's tied to a chair.
Perhaps there's
Therefore,
a
we should
setting
not
we
tie
can
him to a
shackle
chair.
him
He's
to.
way heavier than
Or-
he looks. I tie him to a chair.
Okay, because I'm being helpful, you could just tie yourselves to chairs as well. That's what I would recommend. Clearly, it's what I want and think is the best idea.
No
Why
deal.
the heck do you want to be tied to a chair? Is this related? Like, I've read some weird books in this library. What is going on here?
The tower is going to shake a lot, and if you're not tied to a chair, you could get hurt.
Where's the shaking coming from?
What do you mean?
What's
Where?
going to be causing
Down.
the shaking? What's causing the shaking? Downstairs?
Oh, well, there's a book, and it'll explain it all. It's
Right, the control room.
Yeah.
All right, let's go there. Is it upstairs or downstairs according to the book?
downstairs.
Upstairs.
All right.
Downstairs.
I'm gonna take his chair and I'm gonna tip it over so he's lying on his side.
The
I'm gonna-
chair on this floor is attached to the wall.
Oh, drat.
I just strap him in. Sure, we strap him into a chair. I don't want to carry this guy around anymore. He's deceptively heavy.
Terry, I was never going to buy you that drink.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm sorry he picked you up. It's really demeaning. I'm really sorry he did that. He doesn't know. I'm sorry.
You saying that in gnome?
I say that in gnome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps I should make my way to the basement with the rest of you so that I would fix the engines of this machine so that it does what is intended and hollows out a large cavern underneath Candlekeep rather than destroying the whole thing.
So, as you get close to where the book said there are stairs going down, you can hear some sort of noise from the other side of the door. You open up the door; it's a much louder noise. Also, there's just heat that comes as you got the door open. It's not dangerous heat at the moment, but it's very hot when you open the door.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast resistance on myself.
Cool.
Yeah. And then let's go downstairs.
All right. I think I might have box text.
Yes. Read this in case the players die.
We're not at that point yet.
Isn't that just a will?
Oh yeah.
All right. At the bottom of the stairs, a 30-foot diameter room opens up directly underneath the barn door tower. 4 10-foot-long metal cylinders protrude from the 20-foot-high ceiling, glowing with intense heat and shedding bright embers that rain down on the floor. 4 mechanical constructs resembling wolf-sized, dog-headed cockroaches march in a circle around the perimeter of the cylinders. The floor of the room is covered in scorch marks that grow darker and more intense closer to the center. 2 sections of wall have crumbled, one on the staircase and one opposite it, where stone cornices, molding, and carved panels have collapsed to rubble. Near the foot of the stairs, an iron double door stands closed. Box text.
All right. Is the control room behind the iron double doors? Do we think?
Yes.
Okay.
You've seen the map, like through the map. There's a great big hallway, and there are 3 rooms off of that hallway. There's the acid pit room that they use for like disposal of materials. There's the forge, and there's the control room. Like you know where those things are. You've read the book.
Okay. Yeah, let's try to get through that door then.
Okay, so there are some constructs that have familiar looking weapons built into them.
Because they went in the hole that was in the other man?
You're so clever.
I am.
Have inspiration.
Thank you. Okay. Well, this is interesting. They seem to be heat resistant.
Yes, they do.
It'll be extremely useful. You'll have to tell me about this next time I'm here, Mr. Fizzlewit.
Ah, yeah, yes.
Wish to make use of your constructions.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Is there any way that one could sneak over to, like, you said one of the walls had crumbled to rubble,
Yes,
right?
in fact, 2 sections of wall have crumbled to rubble. Neither is by the door, but one of them is right by the stairs.
I'm gonna try to. Can I like make a stealth roll to see how far I can sneak into the room without being spotted by a construct?
Yes. Are you using the rubbly section? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the natural terrain.
Okay.
And if nothing else, I think I get another charge on the Steve bag, and that's a great distraction.
Yeah, the king of the jungle is flying around up there.
Can I try to get him to come down here, or is he
Sure. He's just hassling Bath unless you tell him to do otherwise.
Hey, Your Highness, could I get you to go down these stairs?
Yes.
Excellent, great.
So he's going to fly down toward the constructs. Is that what you're asking him to do?
Yeah, I just told him to go downstairs, and I feel like he can interpret that in whichever way he wants to cause a distraction for me to get to the control room.
All right. And you're poking around in the rubble, and
Yes.
you see... I'm not entirely sure what you would make of this. It looks like the constructs have built a nest, and there's a baby construct in this rubble.
Oh.
Is it cute?
I think it's adorable.
I'm gonna be like, oh. What is it? You said they look like dog-headed cockroaches?
Yes, that's what it said. Sorry, I don't have a picture prepared.
That's okay.
The adults look kind of gross and intimidating, but they're called skitter widgets. But their offspring, the kitty widgets, look just kind of adorable,
Oh my
and
gosh.
have great big eyes and cute beak, and they're about the size of a gnome. And I think we've established that you might have a little bit of trouble picking up something that size.
All right,
But-
and so it's not going in my bag next to the spud, but I'm going to be like, oh, and I'm gonna try to not disturb it or hurt it in any way as I just sneak past it because it's a baby.
So there's nowhere past it to go. It's sort of built against the back of this collapsed area.
Right, that is the collapsed area.
Yes,
All right.
there's no
Well-
through way.
All right. Well, I'm still gonna try to sneak. I'm gonna try to sneak around the outside, and maybe these constructs will be distracted by the king of the jungle here.
Yes.
I'm just gonna try to go for the door.
Also, while you've been doing that, Crane and Oravane and Terry, you see that as soon as she goes into the nest, the constructs all stop and stare at the nest.
Oh, bum.
Oh, I don't like cockroaches.
And so the king is flying around. He's like, yes, this is adding to my domain, except it's very hot. So I have done as you have asked. I have flown to the bottom of the stairs. This is unpleasant. I decree we could, in fact, choose to be elsewhere if that's what you want.
I'm gonna whisper, go to the control. Go through those big double doors over there. Over there. Go that way.
Okay, so the demon flies down and tries the handles, and the constructs are still staring at the alcove with the nest. They just let him go past. He tries the door, and it's locked. That didn't work. What next?
Try to
think
unlock
we've-
the door, please.
Found an effective distraction.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to get to the door as well. But maybe if they're distracted by the king, then we can sneak up behind them.
They are distracted by someone being in the nest, which is why the king is able to do what he's doing.
Okay. Then let's get over to that door.
Okay. So, as long as one of you is in the nest next to the kitty widget, they're just not going to do anything threatening.
Perfection.
Go, 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 go.
Good stuff.
Okay,
Now-
we need to figure out how to open the door. How do we open the door? Is the door locked?
Yes.
Use brute force.
I bet
Anyone have lockpicks?
You two
I
are
have-
employees.
Oh, wait, shoot, I do. I have lockpicks. Someone come back here and switch with me.
Andy put his hand up.
I think I can, because I haven't used this for this before, and so Terry goes incorporeal with his Shemshime rhyme back tattoo and phases through the door and turns around quickly before he sees what's in there and tries to look for some sort of latch or bolt or something on the other side to open it up from the other side.
All right. So, I would like to know how realistic you think it is that you are not staring at the 30-foot-long silverfish down the hall that starts toward you. Are you distracted by that, or are you like, meh, it's a ginormous bug. I'll go look for a lock for my friends.
Oh, Terry will clock the giant silverfish and start screaming with his mouth closed, a sort of, and while he scrambles at the door and starts fiddling for locks.
All right. So you're gonna let the ginormous silverfish get up to you. In that case, you can unlock the door.
Okay. I think I have to unlock the door. We gotta get in this room. So yeah, it says and takes whatever time he needs to open up that door for his friends, and probably says something to the effect of giant silverfish, giant silverfish, giant silverfish.
To be clear, I'm talking about an insect, not some sort of like glistening salmon or something like that.
Yeah, the
Certainly.
crustacean.
Not ichthyon, but
I'm
Think
familiar with these. I think everybody who lives in Victoria is familiar with silverfish. They're endemic here.
Jesus. No,
Yes.
silverfish is the last thing you want in a library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's almost impossible not to have them.
Because they eat books.
Yep. All right, so the door opens up. Mora is in the nest. Crane and Oravane and the king are on the other side of the door. And they see the 30-foot-long silverfish moving in on Terry.
Just
Does it-
like an utterly like in the film version of this, Crane would make that noise where they actually just cut out the sound in the film. Right, like there's just a scream, but it only appears as like the tinnitus sound.
Right.
And as I've now gained an ability to have advantage against being frightened, I feel like I'm just staring there. Yes, another large silverfish. This is
Terry,
par
you're
for
still
the course for my travels to Candlekeep.
Sorry. You're still incorporeal, right, Terry?
I believe I am for a little bit. Yes.
Okay. So that means you take half damage from a bunch of things.
True. Yes.
In this case, the silverfish's enormous head comes and tries to consume you and passes right through you.
Wow. Gosh. What is that that feeling where people may get a tattoo and have immense regret? I have the opposite of that feeling.
So you can't see now because your head is entirely inside this thing's mouth.
Okay. I would like to step out of the silverfish
Okay.
and back up and join my friends.
Inside the room with the constructs that are staring at Mora.
Rock in a hard place. I mean, I'd rather be
Rocket
out.
and a hard place, I think.
Ah! Oh gosh,
I have a
that's
feeling
an
we're going to
experience.
deal with one or the other at some point, but yes.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan?
Crane, once he's finished screaming, or perhaps while he's screaming, and there's just like the snot and tears going on, he calls upon Ogma, and Ogma, through him, is going to smite this silverfish, because Ogma, you know, patron of knowledge, of books, of learning, it has mortal enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And they are things that eat paper. And he is going to cast, let's say, Guiding Bolt as a 5th level spell.
All right. So how does Guiding Bolt interact with this illusion?
Convincingly.
Okay. I think also you gain the information that I just gave you.
Yeah, because I just like bring up my holy symbol, which is on my shield, and I don't know, fire this 8d6 damage directly down the hallway.
Oh, interesting. Is that going to be noisy?
Almost certainly.
I mean, it's radiant damage. It is it's a flash of light.
Right. No, that's probably silent then.
Yeah. I mean, there might be the sound of air rushing into the space that it
Fill a vacuum?
yeah, into the vacuum that it creates. There might be like,
You're standing next to 4 rockets that are active.
yeah, I'm assuming it goes kind of like if you've ever heard a laser fire, like a powerful laser, it kind of goes like crack, right, as the capacitors, and then there's like the smell of ozone.
I see. Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think that would be it.
Okay, Kathleen, did you have your hand up?
I just have a question.
Yes.
So Cam is casting an enormous guiding bolt, which will sort of ozone the air essentially and make a big like vacuum behind it as it sucks all this hot air from a rocket down the hallway. Is what you're saying is going to happen?
Cool.
Crane is not thinking straight right now. He has just seen the scariest thing in his life.
All right. Well, I'm kind of sad that your spell is used up,
No, that's
but
fine.
as long as one of you is potentially threatening this baby construct, you can walk in and out of this room.
But we might need Mora.
Just somebody else come and carry the baby construct, I say, sitting very still next to it.
Could you just pick it up and carry it with you?
Or perhaps let the king harass it.
The king is very small, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
but- Still
Maybe the king
effective
could just sit on
harassment.
it then.
Ooh, the king could ride it.
All right, sure. How do I get this? Do I just like take him? I just like, come on, and I just to get it up out of the nest a little bit.
The king has demon powers and will influence the construct and will ride it out.
All right, King, could you take let's see, is that the picture? Is that what the baby looks like?
That is the baby.
Oh, can I call it Snapdragon? Hey, King, could you take little Snapdragon here, and could you just get it to come with us? I think.
So that's all gonna work.
Oh, perfect.
So there are 3 doors in this hallway. One leads to a forge, one leads to the acid pit, and one leads to the control panel.
That's
There's another thing that is not a door and is not an illusion. And that's our final break. And we're back. So, we have the king riding the kitty widget. You're entering the hallway, leaving the very active rockets behind you. It's going to take some maneuvering to get past the skitter widgets, but it's gonna work. They're not going to attack the group that has one of their offspring. And this is clearly some sort of like reproduction by construct thing going on here.
Right. Interesting. Well, for my part, I'm just gonna be like, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna take care of her. She's gonna be fine. Does she like anything food? I'm good with babies. Turns out I'm good with babies, but I don't like them. I'll do a good job. It's fine. Okay. And it's like, all right. And I'm gonna be like, come on, sweetie. Come on. And I'm gonna be like, do I have anything that shakes? I'm gonna pat my thieves' tools and shake some jingly lock picks and chick. Come on, let's go. What do you eat around here? And like try to give it some biscuit or something.
Well, the construct doesn't eat. The king is majestically riding atop it.
I'm gonna give him some biscuit then.
Okay. And I think you've given feminine pronouns to the kitty widget, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
And there are 3 doors, one to the forge, one to the acid pit, and one to the control room. That's what you saw on the maps.
I think we should probably just go to the control room right away, right? And see if we can turn this thing off.
We keep hearing about this acid pit, but I think honestly the control room is the correct choice.
Yeah, we'll retreat to the acid pit if things go badly.
Or as a reward later.
Yeah. I mean,
They didn't say what kind of acid.
Yeah.
I've read some books in here. There's all sorts of books that you're not supposed to let teenagers read.
Amazing. What if you can do with acid?
All right.
We've been owed a beach episode, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since we did that beach episode of Toon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's been over a year.
Yeah.
I did a beach episode for one of my Alien games.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you some box text. 8 lanterns hang from the ceiling of this spacious workshop, filling the area with light and shadow. Marble molding and columns embellish the stone walls, while the far wall is made of riveted iron plates with an iron door set in the middle of it. A copper sign bolted to that door reads "Control Room" in common. This room contains 5 stone tables that hold unfinished mechanical constructs, all in various stages of completion. Components and parts are scattered across the tables and the floor. Skittering around in the debris are 3 creatures that look like oversized, dog-headed cockroaches made of articulated metal. In addition to the metal constructs, 3 figures in custodial uniforms, a halfling, a dragonborn, and a human, are crawling around on the floor as though searching for something. So, you see all this. The skitter widgets move toward the door as you open it, looking aggressive, and then the king rides into view, and they all stop and back up. But the 3 custodians are like, "What are you doing? Attack the intruders!"
Don't yell, it's a baby.
Don't
More
yell at the
important-
baby.
It's quiet.
Yeah, but more importantly, what are you doing? You're trying to set off a rocket, and there's a silverfish. Gross.
Oh, you fell for that? All right, so let's do some more initiative, because I don't think you're getting out of this one without a fight.
It's fair.
Oravane?
I have rolled a 13. That makes it a 16 of initiative.
Okay, Mora?
6.
Terry?
18.
Crane?
8.
Okay. Paul, may we have the initiative tracker up, please? All right. So, I'm still putting the king at the beginning of your initiative, Mora, but he's not going to fight unless he's forced to. He's mostly just riding around saying, yes, yes, kill my enemies.
Perfect. I would not like to get him engaged in battle because he has he's on a baby. And even though he's riding a baby, and normally you're not supposed to ride babies, I feel like he's safer riding the baby and ignoring what's going on.
Okay. So what are you doing, Mora?
Well, I rolled a 6, so surely I should be going last, and it should be Terry who goes first, shouldn't it?
Why didn't I clearly screwed that up.
Oh.
Yes. I can't type. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's Terry's go.
Excellent. So there are three custodians,
Yes.
and a whole bunch of things. So Terry, and these folks have probably defected from Candlekeep. They're probably working against Candlekeep, but he's probably seen them around, and he doesn't want to hurt the people he works with. So I'm just going to animate a stone table. I'm going to let one of those big stone tables you were talking about. I'm going to cast Animate Object.
Okay.
On one of them. And do I have to roll for that? I think I just do it. Objects come to life at your command. Choose up to 10 non-magical objects, yada yada. Yes, so I'd like to animate one of these stone tables, which would be a large or a medium-sized creature. What do you think?
I think a large one of these big stone tables.
Okay, a large. Cool. And and as a bonus action, I can mentally command any creature. So I say to new life table, I say, please restrain that nice dragonborn employee, please. And with as little confidence as I just gave. Just please, just, new spell, bam, please do that.
Okay, so the Dragonborn has this enormous stone table shake off its, construct parts and walk over and just kind of glomp it, I think. And I think that's just going to work.
Excellent.
I think when you're using a spell that powerful against one of these little cultist guys, yes. That
marvelous.
Yes.
Oh, good. And Terry's just so happy that blood was not shed on his turn.
Well done, Mr. Fizzlewit. Congratulations on successfully tabling that motion.
Thank you, Secret Grand Corset.
Now, if I may, it's time to unleash the hammer and the sickle upon the remaining cultists. So
how can I help you do that?
I will just hit them with a hammer and a sickle.
Okay.
So for the hammer, we're looking at 12 to hit.
12 is going to bounce off their leather armor.
We still have our two-handed weaponry bonus attack, so we'll attack also with the sickle, and it is again a 12, unfortunately.
Aww. All right. Well, that means they get to go. So, clearly they think that Terry is the threat here. So, the one that is being held is going to cast a spell at you, Terry.
Excellent. And as he does it, I'd like to cast Counterspell as a reaction.
Oh, how fun. I don't remember how Counterspell works in D&D, so please explain that to me.
Certainly. You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect. If it is casting a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay, so that fails.
Okay.
Another one casts a spell at you. Do you got another one of those?
I mean, I do, but I don't want.
Oh, you've already used your reaction this turn.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I used the reaction, so yeah, I take whatever that is.
All right. So I would like a wisdom save. The first spell, by the way, was command, because that's the guy you've got trapped, and he wanted you to not be trapping him.
Certainly,
The second spell is called hold person.
Okay.
So what I need from you is a wisdom saving throw.
Marvelous. And I believe saving throws, I have advantage on wisdom saving throws against magic, so I'll do 2 of these.
This is magic.
Yes. Yeah, good. If anything is magic, this is magic. So that's either a 14 or an 11, so I'll take the 14.
All right. So you are... this magic is trying to force you to stop moving, and it doesn't. But you can feel that. Like, you break through this.
Sure. Good. Okay. Yikes.
All right. And then I have one of these guys left. And I think she is just going to draw her knives and back toward the door that says command center or control room. Sorry, whatever it is. You know, the place that looks important.
Right.
Which is all of the cultists, and that brings us to Crane.
So I understand one of the cultists is trying to make a run for the control room.
Yes.
I would like to shoot them with Sacred Flame.
Do it.
Okay, they just make a dex saving throw against my spell save DC, which is 8 plus 4 plus 5, which is 17. No, wait, yes. Wow.
All right. I got less than that.
Okay, in that case, they take die 8 radiant damage, plus, because I am a knowledge cleric, I have potent spellcasting, so I add my whiz modifier to it.
Nice.
For 8 damage.
8 damage total?
Total. Radiant.
That's all going to work, but she is still making a run for it.
Okay.
Perhaps
I would
even
like
more enthusiastically.
I would like to follow her with my move.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So now it's Mora, because I can count.
All right, so I would say that Orvain is in close combat with one of them cultists, right?
It sounds like.
Oh, perfect. That means I can do a sneak attack. Yes. All right. So if I hit, I get to do an extra 3d6 damage, and I have a lovely magical rapier. All right. So does a 17 hit, Dale?
Yes.
All right. So I deal 1d8 plus 6 damage. Rogues. I don't have any HP, but I can sure put out the damage. It's 11 plus an additional 6. 6.
Yeah.
There's no proof because obviously how could you see it, but I literally just did roll 3 6s in a row. Oh my god, so that's 11 plus 18 damage is 27. Wow. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's that's a great big wound with that magical rapier. Is there anything we should know about that magical rapier?
I'd probably. Oh, it's here. I think I have to roll. 1 second. I have to go get some pieces of paper that are over there. I'll be right back.
I'm going to move on with the combat, and you can let us know. And she took her earphones. Okay. Well, that's okay. Terry, you're up.
Okay. So the Dragonborn is still restrained, I suppose.
Yes.
And the someone just got lit on fire.
And someone just got horribly stabbed.
Okay. Gosh, there's gonna be a lot of paperwork after this. I guess Terry's gonna make a break for the control room. So we're not in the control room yet. We're in like an antechamber to the control room.
Correct.
Okay.
It's like a workshop outside the control room.
Okay. Well, Terry would like to sprint towards the control room, see if he can. There's something away from the fight, and I trust that three very capable and powerful adventurers are handling that. Maybe Terry can avoid more death by stopping the problem before everything. We have to kill more people.
So I think I'm going to get to stab at you as you run past me because I got my knives out.
Sure, that's fair.
Okay. And you're okay with that, and you're running past anyway.
Absolutely.
Okay. So does 17 hit?
It sure does, and I'm going to use another charge on my tattoo and go incorporeal for damage.
Ooh. So you're only taking half of these 5 points of damage. But more importantly, you're incorporeal, and you can just, next turn, you can enter the control room.
Oh, marvelous. Great stuff.
Kathleen, I see that you're back. Is there anything I need to know?
Yes, my magical rapier actually. See, it flickers intermittently as I dispatch that cultist, because the magic is wearing out. So anytime you roll a natural run with an attacking with it, you immediately roll a d20 again with disadvantage. If you roll another natural one, then you deal damage to yourself, and the rapier crumbles into small metallic particles, some of which are lodged inside you. But on the bright side, that didn't happen. I didn't roll a 1. It's fine. I dispatch the dude. It hasn't failed me yet.
Okay. That sounds like a mean magic item. Oravane, you're up.
Hammer and sickle isn't working. Time to turn back to the bow.
Who do we got left here? We've got
There's someone in front of you who is just barely standing, and there is, and that person was the one who cast Hold Person. Then there's the 2 dagger person by the door, and there's the trapped person behind the stone table who can't move.
the person right in front of me makes the most sense to deal with, and we're going to go back to the hammers. We'll try this again. As
Okay.
many times as we need to until it works properly. We are
Okay.
going to continue with the hammer and sickle until it succeeds.
All right. Now, you got 2 12s last time. I'll just let you know that my armor class is 13. So
Easy to
you can do this. You got this.
well,
I believe in you.
That's a 22 on the hammer.
Nice.
And that does a total of 6 damage.
Well, I'm down.
Oh, well, perfect.
I'll have you know that the hammer and sickle has never worked even once, anytime it has been attempted.
Look, Crane, you just need to get all of the parts in process, everyone on board, and then it's a perfection, as you can see in front of me. And now the sickle. 18.
On the dead guy?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Feel free to describe what you're doing and how it works.
Well, the sickle comes down and it kind of just pokes the guy in the chest.
That'll work. All right.
This is just for me.
Yes. So, the cultist with the knives is running up and pounding on the door. And the cultist behind the stone table is like, oh, I forgot. I'm allergic to stone tables. Woe is me. Crane, what you doing?
I think I'm going to blast the cultist with the knives again.
Okay.
Dex save, please. DC 17.
A 12 is almost a 17. How do you feel about a 12?
I'm afraid that's not going to cut it. Wow, that feels good. Okay. For 9 damage, please.
9 damage. All right. This cultist is not happy.
I really enjoyed the idea that they were all like on the ground looking for a screw or maybe a tiny little spring.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we lost the cotter pin.
Why are they all different sizes?
Hey, Mora, what you doing?
So we've got we've got a dead cultist. We've got one who's pinned to a table who's pretending to be dead. We've got the king who's just walking around in circles, and I'm going to be like, keep doing that. Sort of follow those guys over there. Keep going that way, down the hall. And I'm
Okay.
going to go talk to the dead I'm going to talk to the dead cultist, the one who's pretending to be dead, and I'm going to take my rapier, and it's going to go, you know, and I'm going to say, listen up. I will absolutely ruin your day, possibly your week, and definitely your year. If you don't tell me what the heck's going on. What were you looking for when we came in here?
The ring.
What ring?
The control ring. The boss lost it.
Oh,
We
that's
have to
a shame.
find it soon because we don't have much time.
What happens if you don't find the ring?
Well,
I poke him.
yes. Everyone who's here in, I think, just a few minutes is going to get incinerated. So if we don't find the ring, we need to strap ourselves in without it.
What does the control ring do?
It controls the constructs. And the boss was mad that he lost it, so we were looking for it.
Right.
But he doesn't actually need it because none of the constructs are in the towers. But, you know, when the boss says to look for it, we look for it.
All right. Well, that's cool. So where is your boss right now? Is he in the control room down there?
He's looking for it.
Okay. What's going to happen with this rocket? Why do you keep saying you're going to get blasted off? You got to
Well,
strap yourself
we're
in.
not going to be blasted. You're going to be blasted if you're here. We're going to be in the tower.
Right. Okay. This table's going to stay right here, right?
Are you asking?
Yeah, Terry, I guess. Terry, the table's not going to be moving or anything like that. He's still restrained.
For a minute, but I'm guessing this. Well, it's animate for a minute, but I'm guessing this table just kind of hugged him against the wall, so it's probably not animate anymore, but still curled around his body.
If I am involved in another rocket explosion based on a missing O-ring, then I am going to be very upset.
All right.
Ian?
Wow.
So the door is gonna open up because someone banged on it, and behind it is Stonky, who is very distracted and who is just like, "What? Come on, I'm busy." Oh, and he looks out at you. And I think the combat continues. Unless you have some plan to deal with Stonky, who's insane. Mora, I hope you consider that an effective use of your turn.
I think I found a little bit of information. As long as this guy's not going anywhere and can't do anything.
All right. So, Terry, you're incorporeal. You're about to walk through the door, and the door opens. And there's Stonky.
Okay.
And you know Stonky.
I do know Stonky. And he's also a gnome?
Yes.
Is that okay? Well then, Terry's going to snap. Because Terry has been told he's going to have to go away from his home, the only one he's really known or ever felt sort of accepted in. And now this asshole is going to destroy it with a rocket. So Terry is just going to leap on him at the end of his ghostly form, because this only lasts like to the end of my term. So he recorporealizes and leaps on Stonky, grabbing his throat to the ground, and says, You're gonna destroy Candlekeep. What's wrong with you? It's the only thing that matters in this god-fucked universe."
All right, so I want a leap on the insane known man choke him roll, please.
You got it.
That would be, I think, your D20 plus your strength modifier plus I'll give you your proficiency bonus.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let's see, what's that? Then that is a 9 plus 4 minus 1, a 12.
All right. So,
Did I do that right? No, that's a 13. 9 plus 4 minus 1 is 13. Yeah. Sorry.
9 plus 4
9
minus
plus 4.
1.
No, it's 13. No, it is 12. It is 12. I
Twelve.
did it right the first time. Teacher, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I could clean some of the chalkboard things to make up for it. The extra credit.
You're distraught. In any case,
Yeah.
you're sort of, you've grabbed this guy.
Yeah.
And I, from the sounds of it, like the two of you are rolling around on the floor.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you've done. He's like, Terry, you never had any vision. I've got all the important books, and we're taking them away, and people like you can't use them anymore.
And Terry's just gone full feral. Just
Just screaming, "You don't know where I've been!
You don't know what I've seen! You don't know what I've done for this place!"
So, Oravane, your gnome friend is having some trouble.
Mr. Fizzlewit, are you wearing sufficient armor?
No, but I can take it!
I'm not sure I feel confident shooting in your direction. Do I not know if I would accidentally kill a dear friend of mine? In which case I will take care of the remaining cultists. My bow and arrow.
Okay.
And, ooh, that's not good. That's a 12 on the die. Or 12 total, sorry.
Well, that's like the third time you've missed by 1. I'm sorry.
It happens. That's why we have randomness.
So the cultist is seeing all this, and it's like, okay, great, time to go. And she's just going to try to leave the room, which is going to give her all sorts of trouble because there's no way she can avoid everybody. Now, I think her choices are she can either run past Mora and Crane, or she can run past Oravane. And she's seen Mora do terrible, terrible things. So Oravane, you're going to get a free attack on her.
I will absolutely take that attack of opportunity, and we're going to go with the light hammer on her. Bring down the hammer of justice, and it once again misses by a single digit.
I guess if Kathleen can roll 3 6s, you can roll 3 12s. No, that's 4 12s.
Oh, maybe I'll roll another 6.
So she gets toward the door where the Simpsy demon is and is going to stab at her with its horn, more out of fear than out of any sort of attempt to be helpful. Oh, 14's good.
She gets surprised by the Simpsy demon. The Simpsy demon gets surprised at her. He takes a swat at her.
Yeah.
See this all the time.
Yep. So that's 2d6 plus 5 plus fiendish hives. He's going to take out the cultist. So there's the dead cultist who's wrapped in a table, and there's Stonky. The dead cultist is starting to get a little bit worried about the fact that the rockets are about to go off. But it's Stonky's turn. So what's Stonky doing? Well, I am not updating my initiative tracker. I'm sorry. Stonky's going to cast Fireball.
Stonky.
There's no way for
That's
him
so
to do
Stonky.
this without getting the cultist. And he seems okay with that.
I mean, honestly, I like the first half of that sentence, and the second half doesn't make me too upset. So I'm willing to see where this goes.
All right. So, this is not going to affect Terry, and it is
Oh.
not going to affect the king, and it is not going to affect the king's steed.
Good.
The rest of you may, if you choose, attempt a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, good is not what I was going to suggest, but it does sound.
That'll be a 19, Dale.
That is sufficient to only have half damage.
I got a 15.
15 is also sufficient.
That's what I've got as well. So,
Ah,
Terry,
well,
how you doing?
So 28 damage halved is 14.
Ah!
That was a big
That's-
ball of fire.
Actually pleasant.
Yeah, I remember there was some spell casting, some resistance and whatnot.
Oh, right. Yeah. Resistance. I thought resistance was the spell that gave you elemental, like, damage absorption, but it's not. It gives you a, it's long since elapsed.
Oh, okay. Well, it's your go.
Okay. Then I need to learn how to turn the rocket off immediately. Which sounded like it was the control ring to get the constructs to deactivate the rocket? Was that it?
I think the oh, sorry, go ahead, Dale.
You've heard a lot of stuff, and I think you're confused.
Okay, then
But-
I'm going to bolt for the control room.
Okay. I am not in a position to take any sort of attack of opportunity on you. You can leap over the gnomes on the ground.
Out of the way!
Stonky is not as intimidated by Terry as I feel like he ought to be. But he's insane, and Terry is not as good at maybe hand-to-hand combat as he is at other things, so Stonky was able to make his roll and get his attack off. And you're getting into the control room.
Yes.
All right, and you had read the book earlier, so some of this is going to make sense to you. And you're just looking for, how do I stop this thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. May I have some sort of figuring out how to stop this thing roll?
Let's see. My investigation is terrible. What about my perception is also not good. Insight? No, that's for reading people. Arcana?
Okay.
Or is Arcana, or would you prefer investigation?
Well, most of this isn't magical. Like
Okay.
the scribe plates are magical, but they're not really relevant. They're more like
Okay.
you can see the status. The blinking red light spell is magical.
Okay, well then, in order to notice the blinking red light spell, I guess that would be perception, right?
Yes, noticing a blinking red light is perception DC -3, please.
Okay, well good, because I got a 14.
That will work.
Okay, groovy. Blinking red light.
Yes. So the blinking red light, really, it just shows that it's about to launch.
Okay, that's bad.
Oh,
We would like to
and
end that.
you can see a countdown timer.
Okay.
It says 6:54, and then it says 6:53.
Okay,
and then
then
it
I put my
says
little hands on that to try to
6:52.
stop it from moving anymore.
And
No,
alas,
no.
the illusion magic is not affected. 6:49.
No,
6:48. I think we're at the end of Crane's initiative.
All right, it's Mora's turn. Mora's gonna leave this. Do I have enough speed to run down the hall into the control room and see what's going on and investigate the source of the screaming and the gnomic shouting and stuff like that?
I think you can get in there and learn all of the things that I just told Crane.
Okay.
That I assume you heard.
Yes. What if I? All right. All right. I'm going to run into the hall, and I would like to. I mean, can I run in? Can I run into the other room and attack the guy that Terry's grappling, or is that too much stuff for one turn?
You can get. So they are in the doorway. You can either attack them or leap over them into the room.
Well, I'm going to attack the guy that's grappling Terry.
Cool. You can do that.
Okay, and I would say he's within 5 feet, so I can definitely run up to him and smack him unbeknownst to him, right? I could sneak attack him, I think.
Oh, I think you get advantage on this attack.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. That's 18 on that one, and that's that's a 27 on the other one.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. 4 plus 5 is 9. And another 3d6. 3, 9, 12. That one rolled off the table. 14. 19. 19 points of damage.
Okay. That's... he doesn't like that. I mean, he has a lot of hit points left, but that hurt. That's not fun. I don't want to be stabbed for 19 points of damage.
No, I should hope not. Quit it.
All right. So, Adjutant Fizzlewit, what are we doing today?
Terry, Terry, I guess, is sort of knocked aside as Stonky gets stonked, and
I'd like to think I come in from the side. He doesn't quite see it happening. It's just like suddenly I'm there, and I'm like, "Hey, quit it!"
Okay. Terry is sprayed with something that tastes vaguely nutritious.
Yeah,
excellent.
Metallic.
So Terry has some blood on his face, and he leans even closer to Stonky. He says, "You feel that? More is to come unless you tell us how to turn off this thing."
All right, you can come with me.
Where is there to go?
Away from here.
Okay.
All right, so we've got to get to the top.
And we can turn it off the rocket from there.
Well,
yes?
Well, we're not going to. Look, we're going to burn Candlekeep to the ground and leave.
No, we're... And Terry slaps him. And that's... Or I would like to make a roll to slap Stonky. And you can call that the end of his turn.
Make an attack roll.
I believe it's here we go. Strike.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a 3.
So I turn narrative control over to you.
Okay. Terry winds up, goes to hit him and misses and hits his face against Stonky's chin, and it hurts.
Some of the blood smears.
Some of the blood smears, and it doesn't take actual damage, but enough to be to hurt his pride as well as his nose. More feral, just swearing and.
Yeah, Terry is good at some things. Unarmed combat is not one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Oravane, what you doing?
It appears to be a personal disagreement between Mr. Fizzlewit and his associate. And so I will focus my eyes on the remaining cultist.
Okay, the one trapped by the table.
Yes, to remove them from the situation completely.
Okay.
We'll just, I don't know, we'll just shove 15 damage, or not damage, but 15 points worth of arrow into him.
Okay.
The damage to that, if it hits, would be 9.
Yeah, he's, I'm already pretending to be dead!
Yes, and you're doing a rather unconvincing job of it.
Alright, and is going to try to cast command on the table to let him go. But that's not going to work. But that's his turn. So Stonky is again trying to get out of this, roll away, and okay, so Stonky, who's in melee range with Stonky? We have Terry, we have Mora. All right, Terry, do you have a weapon out?
I should. I mean, I do have a knife.
Okay.
Terry. So here's a secret. Terry has always had a knife. He's just never had. He's never had an opportunity to use it.
Well, opportunity is a great word because that's what you have.
Yeah.
Terry and Mora may make attacks of opportunity. As Stonky gets out of this rolling around on the floor and runs toward the door so he can go upstairs. Because time is ticking.
Yep. That's a 14 to hit.
14 is going to hit.
Good, because I also rolled a 14.
Sweet. I need other numbers as well, please.
All right.
Sure thing. I have to take out whole dice I've never used before. Because of...
12 points of damage.
Does that include your sneak?
Oh, do I get sneak attack on that too?
Yes.
Never mind. Stop rolling off the table. 4, 5. 24 points of damage.
That's so very close to what you needed.
What did Terry? Did you hit him?
I did hit, and this is for flavors. This is a overly sharpened letter opener that he has on himself to do sort of administrative work. That's why that's my justification for him having a knife. And he gets a D4. What is that? A 1. 1 point of damage.
You can use your inspiration to re-roll that if you want.
Okay, good idea. My little knife and my little man, and he's trying his best. That's a 3.
3 is what you needed. I'm so happy.
Oh.
All right. So, I think it's time to kick back and relax and maybe have a drink.
You just hear Crane from the next room going, no, shh, 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 as he's trying to like stop the countdown timer.
So I think we can leave initiative, and you should tell me what happens.
Oh, Terry, filled with blood rage, stands up over the body of Stonky, and wiping off the blade on his robes, says, "Crane, what's the situation?"
We have 6 minutes to live.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I need. And he takes out his Lucky Lou magnifying glass and he rolls an investigation roll, and he's damn good at investigation on this frickin' control panel here. And that is a 12 plus 7, 19.
All right. So there is a lever in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it has 3 settings. One of the settings cancels the countdown. One of the settings suspends the countdown. And one of the settings means that if the countdown ends, the tower launches. And you can see that there are notes of what the settings used to be, and you can see that Stonky changed them, but you don't know what he changed them to. But there are 3 settings, and they're in the bridge, and you know where the bridge is.
Mm-hmm. Is the bridge up at the top of the rocket?
Yes!
I cast Speak with Dead on Stonky.
Yeah.
Which setting turns off the countdown? Or suspends the countdown?
Yes. And not just the clock. It better not be just the clock it stops.
And
it better
also does not blow up the rocket when it stops anyway.
So
You'll
are you
confuse them.
Okay, so you said which one stops the countdown know which one suspends
the countdown. Because I noticed it seemed like, the kind of thing that would be flagged on Wikipedia as weasel words, right?
Yes.
Because it said one of the settings, when the countdown stops, launches the rocket. One of them stops the countdown. One of them suspends the countdown.
Shed.
Is there a setting that we need to look for the setting shed? I grabbed the body.
All right, let's go upstairs. Dale.
Yes.
I hate this. Can I fish out a stone from a little stone I have secreted in a pocket, and I can go, ugh. Chelavar is quick.
I believe that makes you faster.
It does make me faster. I'm going to run to the other room. I'm going to say to the king, follow me. Let's go, Snapdragon. And I'm going to run through the other room, and I'm going to try to get as far as I can, as far as you'll let me, upstairs towards this mythical bridge.
Okay, so are you taking Snapdragon with you? All right, so Crane, Oravane, and Terry, you are trapped on the other side of these constructs.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to trap them.
You can send the king back, I guess. But anyway, you're running. You've got this super magically enhanced speed going. You go you pass the rocket, up the stairs. You run past Bath, who's like, you should get tied down. You go up to the next floor. There are 4 more chairs with people in custodian uniforms tied to the chairs. And there's a door leading out to, remember, there was that place that was... So, ignore that. There are stairs going up. And you see that there are all sorts of magical wards and stuff. But you're on the bridge. There's a steering wheel, like a helm you have on a ship. And there's a lever with some sort of weird magical protective writing on it. And the lever has 3 settings: coop, stable, and a shed.
Well, let's see. First, I guess I should send back the king so the other guys don't get eaten by constructs.
Okay.
Go back downstairs, please. Go meet the other guys. You're doing a great job. And I give him a biscuit. And then I'm going to say, all right. And I'm going to try to... Can I use the lever?
The lever has a big gem right on top that has the mystical writing on it.
Okay. So what happens? So can I twist it or something like that so it goes to the shed setting?
I mean, it's like driving standard. You just grab it and move it.
All right. Mora's going to be like, all right. And jam it into the shed setting.
Okay. So, stuff happens.
Uh-huh.
Mora doesn't ask questions. She just does. Hopefully I didn't just blow up Candlekeep, though.
You should make a dexterity saving throw as the glyph of warding ignites.
Oof. Is a 13 going to do it?
A 13 is going to mean that the amount of damage that you take is 36.
This almost knocks me out. Well, at least I set off that trap.
All right. So, you wrench it into shed. And the countdown, both on the bridge and in the control room, stops. But it's still there. It's just stopped counting down.
Fart.
The king gets back to the bottom of the stairs. I assume that none of you have tried to get into any sort of fight.
No, these things are... They're gross looking.
All right. So the engine is still firing. It's just that the countdown has been suspended. I think this means you win. because all of the cultists are dead or tied up. You have the book explaining how this works, and the countdown has paused. So you can just walk up to Bookworm and say whatever you want to say. She's waiting for your report. She put Crane in charge.
I would like to hope just outside of the doors.
She's like, she'll be in a meeting for another 45 minutes, probably. Like, do I just submit a written report? Like, there's currently an active rocket, but don't worry, the timer is suspended. There's people tied up. They will they'll need to be fed or changed, probably both.
The fuel at some point will burn itself out, unless it is replenished. But
So you know where to find Bookworm if you want to go talk to her.
I feel like I should go and... Yeah, is Franca going to put my ass in a sling if I go over her head?
You could just dump this on Franca.
before we go anywhere, this is very important. We must get something. I want to say some sort of masking tape that we can attach to the lever, so that no one moves it from the appropriate position at the moment.
Yeah. That's good. You know what? I'll BCC Franca. This is fine.
Terry has some of that corpse tape.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Terry takes out the corpse tape and he
fantastic.
glues that right
We had a
there.
similar situation in one of our mines, and people you're supposed to ask the magic to turn the lights on, and people keep flipping the switches and breaks everything.
Can Mora like rickettedly like crawl down? I have 5 HP left, by the way. Can I crawl down the stairs and be like, and I'm just like, I'm covered in black ash and my hair is sticking straight out, and I'm just like, and I just like pull out a little packed lunch with little skeletons on the lid. It looks like a bento box. I'm gonna take out my emergency rations.
All right. Yeah, Baff sees you crawling around. He's like, what are you doing? Just strap yourself in. All right, so you eat the gift from your stepfather.
Yes.
So what do you believe that this does?
I believe this is restorative. This is special restorative food. This is his home. This is like what keeps really well. It's like pickles, all sorts of weird Chilton pickles that are fermented and stuff like that. Maybe it's like, between, 2 weird pieces of bread or something like that. But it's like a cheese and chutney sandwich, essentially. But, like, it's weird and it was made by a necromancer. But he told me if I got hurt that I should eat some lunch.
It's all packed into a fat cap.
All right. And so you eat this lunch. It makes you feel much better temporarily as you're crackling with necromantic energy. So it gives you 20 temporary hit points. You've got sort of a black glow around you, and you gain the temporary ability to command corpses.
There's so many around here. Where's Stonky? Get him here.
So I think Mora has some fun with that. I think we're still waiting for what Crane is doing.
Crane is I assume he's like sitting outside the in the hallway outside Bookworm's office.
Mm-hmm. And the receptionist is like, well, do you need to talk to her right away?
Yes, I think this qualifies as an emergency.
All right, go on in.
Thank you.
So Bookworm is in a meeting with a couple of senior readers, and they are evaluating damage to some of the architecture. They clearly don't realize yet that things are quite as time-sensitive as they turned out to be.
Okay.
And Bookworm looks at you and says, right, you're Crane. What is your report, Crane?
Well, Okay, we investigated the evidence leading to the barn door, and as it turns out, the barn door is not really a tower at all. It seems to be a large rocket, and there was a clandestine organization among the custodial engineers, and they had stolen several important books from the stacks, and were planning to activate the rocket to leave Candlekeep, which would destroy Candlekeep in its entirety during the subsequent explosion, and that's why there was an earthquake. And we have uh, killed or incapacitated the cultists and suspended the rocket launch.
Well done. This is what the Avowed are supposed to be like. Next week, we're going to have a crane day. And the week after that, you and I are going to have a private meeting and talk about your future here.
I've already apologized for the Modron.
I don't know if we can have a better ending line than that. Thank you for watching, Dice Friends. This has been episode 9 of Candlekeep Mysteries. This episode, like everything we do, has been brought to you by you. So you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun or on YouTube by joining as a member of the Loading Ready Run channel. I'm Dale Friesen. I'm an actor. I'm a gamer. I'm an opera singer. You can find me on Twitter at Dale E. Friesen. Mr. Cowden, who are you and where can people find you?
My name is Andrew Cowden, and you can find me at Andrew Cowden on Twitter, or you can go to andrewcowden.com and see me in pictures of me in all sorts of weird costumes and go, neat.
Ian.
You can find everything I do over at tilty.housc. I guarantee that is a valid URL. Put it in your browser and you'll get links to everything I do, including my Twitter and other things.
Thanks. Kathleen?
And I'm Kathleen. You can find me here at loadingreadyrun.com, or you can look for me on Twitter if you are into hellish bird sites with nothing but screaming and time wasting. But I'm there too, so don't feel bad about it.
Where on Twitter?
Oh, at Kathleen LRR, just like here.
Thanks. Cam?
Hi, I'm Cameron Lauder, and I am a actor, performer, writer, and various other sundry activities. You can find me online on the Bad Bird site at Unarmed Oracle, which is an anagram of my first and last names, or at twitch.tv/Unarmed Oracle, which is also an anagram of my first and last names.
Okay, thanks very much. This is the end of this run of our Candlekeep Mysteries series. This was Kandlekeep Dekonstruktion by Amy Vorpahl. Thanks for watching.
Bye.